So in fourth unit, we have completed the starting methods and speed control of three-phase induction motor. So we have completed three-phase induction motor. Now we'll start the single-phase induction motor. Single-phase induction motor will start today. We will see the construction, working, torque speed characteristics of single-phase induction motor. Okay. First we will see the what is single-phase induction motor. Okay. One second. Single phase motors, whatever you are having ceiling fan in your house, that is the single phase induction motor. Okay. So in your syllabus, what you are having in your single phase motors may be classified based on construction and method of starting. So there are four types actually. In your syllabus, you are having only first type: induction motor, single phase induction motor, split phase, capacitor. We'll discuss only split phase and capacitor. In your syllabus, you are having only split phase induction, single phase induction motor, and capacitor start single phase induction motor. These two types only. Shaded pole is not in your syllabus. Okay. See single phase induction motor. In your syllabus, you are having only first type. Repulsion type is not there in your syllabus. AC series motor is not there in your syllabus. Unexcited synchronous motor is not in your syllabus. In your syllabus, they are mentioning only split phase and capacitor type. Only induction motor, single phase induction motor, split phase and capacitor type. We'll discuss what is this. First, we'll see what is induction motor. Single phase we are discussing. Remember that three phase we have completed. In single phase, we are having only one phase. We are having only one phase. See, constructionally, this motor is more or less similar to polyphase induction motor, except that stator is provided with single phase winding. In three phase induction motor, how many phases are there in three phase induction motor? Stator is connected to how many phases?
Three phase.
Three phases. In three phase induction motor, we are having three windings, three phase star connected winding in three phase. Those three windings are connected to three phases. But in single phase induction motor, we are having only one phase and one wind. We are having stator is provided with only single phase winding. Single phase, one phase. Okay. Okay. And the centrifugal switch is used in some types of motors in order to cut out a winding. So if you want to understand this, I will show one circuit diagram you see, so that you can easily understand. See here, see this diagram. If you understand this circuit, you can easily understand the single phase circuit, single phase induction motor. So single phase supply. Let us take this is phase, this is neutral. In single phase, we'll have one phase and one neutral terminal. Okay, see here. Single phase means in second unit you have stated the single phase circuits. There what you are having one phase and one neutral. Let us take this is the phase, this will be neutral. Otherwise this will be positive, this will be negative. Now we are having, let us take this is the stator start main winding. This is the main winding. Okay, this is the main winding, and this will be the Rotor. Rotor is the rotating part. Rotor is the rotating part. This is the main winding. This is called starting winding. This winding is called starting winding. Actually, this is our actual winding in single phase. See, in your house, we are having one ceiling fan. In the ceiling fan, if you open that, what you will find? If you open that, what you will find? One iron piece you'll see. Can you see iron piece inside that?
Yes, sir.
On the iron piece, what you will wind? Iron piece. On the iron piece, what you are winding? Copper wire. Okay. On the iron piece, you are having copper winding. That is called your main winding. That is your main winding. Only one winding you are having. So there is no starting winding. Why you will use starting winding, I will tell later. Only whatever the winding you are having on your iron piece, that is called main winding. That is called the main winding. Then why this starting winding is used? Extra we are using one winding, that is called starting winding. What is the purpose of this starting winding? Means to start the rotor. Initially rotor is stationary. It is not rotating. We are having only one winding. Why this winding is used means for starting purpose, for starting the rotor. Why the starting winding is used means for starting this rotor winding. Please remember, we are having only one winding, main winding. This is used only during starting. Once it comes to 70% of the rated speed, what about this winding? What will happen to this winding? It will be removed. It will be automatically cut out from the main winding. This winding is used only for starting purpose, starting winding. Sometimes in summer, your fan will not rotate. At that time, what you will do? Your fan is not rotating in summer sometimes. At that time, what you will do? With your hand, we will give the torque to the blades of the induction, single phase induction, that is fan. With the help of hand, sometimes it will be rotating initially. Then automatically it will gain its momentum and it will start rotating. Have you done any time at this thing?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So initially the rotor will not rotate because we are having only one winding. And this main winding is connected to single phase supply. This main winding is connected to single phase supply. Why you use starting winding means only for starting. Once it reaches to rated speed, this winding is automatically cut out. See, one switch is connected here. If you open this switch, this is not connected to the circuit. If you close this switch, the starting winding is connected to the main winding in parallel. See, main winding and starting winding are in parallel. Why means current will divide here at this node point. If current is dividing means these two windings are in parallel. Initially, we are connecting one starting winding in parallel with the main winding for starting purpose. Okay, now I will go to our theory. What is that? See, stator. Constructionally, this motor is more or less similar to polyphase winding. Polyphase means three-phase induction motor. Poly means many phases. Three-phase induction motor, except that stator is provided with only one winding, single-phase winding, and a centrifugal switch is used in some types of motors in order to cut out the winding, used only for starting purpose. What is this centrifugal switch in the circuit? Can anyone see here? What is the centrifugal switch in this circuit? S is the centrifugal switch. If you close this switch, what will happen? If you close this switch, what will happen? If you close that switch, yes, centrifugal switch. If you close this centrifugal, what will happen? What is this winding? Starting winding. If you close this switch, current will divide in these two
Sound
windings.
ever.
Current will divide in these two windings. Let us take when you apply the single phase supply voltage, current I is flowing here. This current I will divide in these two branches or not? Current in the main winding, let us take I suffix M. Current in the starting winding, let us take IS, I suffix S. If you close this switch, then I is equal to, apply KCL here. What is I value? I is equal to, when you give supply voltage, I is flowing. This I is dividing at this point. I is equal to, see that, 1 second. So here, when you give the single phase supply voltage, current is dividing as IS and IM. IS is the current in the starting winding. IM is the current in the main winding. Then what is I value? Apply KCL there. What is I? I is equal to, incoming current is equal to outgoing currents. I is the incoming current. It is dividing in these two, IS and IM. What is I value now? Anyone? What is I value? I is equal to IM plus IS. Incoming current is equal to outgoing currents. KCL, simple KCL you have to apply. Is it okay? Write down I is equal to IM plus IS. Is it clear what I am telling? Okay. S is called centrifugal switch. If you close this, the starting winding is connected in parallel with the main winding. If you open this, this is no current will flow in this. If you open this, why no current will flow in the starting winding? If you open the centrifugal switch, why current will not flow in starting winding? I think 65 students had joined, but nobody is responding. If you open this switch, why current will not flow in starting winding? Why? This is open circuited. In open circuit, what is the current?
0.
0. That is the reason. If you close this switch, current will flow here. Current, this I will divide in this two. If you open this, current will not flow in this winding. Suppose if current is not flowing in this winding, how many windings are there in the circuit now?
2.
If current is 0 in this, only one winding is connected to the supply. If you open this, no current is flowing. Then whatever the current flowing here, I is equal to IM only. Once the rotor speed reaches to, this is the rotor rotating. Once the rotor speed reaches to 70% of the rated speed, there is no necessity of starting winding. Why? There is no need of torque. Actually, it is running. When it is running, there is no need of torque. Why the starting winding is means to provide the torque to this rotor. Why torque is needed? We'll see. Have you understood this diagram? What I am telling?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now see what is the centrifugal switch I have explained. What is the purpose of starting winding I have explained. Only during starting purpose. During running condition, there is no need of starting winding. Now see here. Stator is provided with single phase winding. Centrifugal switch is used in some types of motors in order to cut out the winding, used only for starting purpose. Only during starting purpose we need the starting winding. Then centrifugal switch is opened. Once the rotor comes to running condition, 70% of rated speed, there is no necessity of the starting winding. So to cut out this winding, a centrifugal switch is used. It has distributed stator winding and a squirrel cage rotor. Rotor which type? Squirrel cage. It is not slip ring, it is squirrel cage rotor. There are two types of rotors. One is squirrel cage and the one is slip ring. But whatever we are using in our single phase, that is ceiling fan, is squirrel cage rotor. So now see the operation. Uh, From here, the operation will start. When fed from a single phase supply, when you apply the single phase voltage, when fed from a single phase supply, its stator winding produces a flux which is only alternating, one which alternates along one space axis only. Understand this clearly what I am saying. When fed from a single phase supply, what is fed? Which one is fed from a single phase supply in this circuit?
Starting.
No, there is no starting winding. Only we are having our winding, main winding only. This main winding is fed from a single phase supply. This is connected only for creating the torque. The starting winding is having only role of starting for starting purpose only. Our winding is main winding. This main winding is connected to single phase supply. Let us assume there is no winding here, starting winding. For the time being, let us assume there is no starting winding. Only we are having main winding. This main winding is connected to single phase supply. When you connect it to single phase supply, how current will flow in which winding?
Main
Main winding. When current is flowing in the main winding, around the current carrying conductor, what will happen?
one.
Flux is developed. When this winding is connected to single phase supply, current is supply voltage, current will flow in this main winding. Around this main winding, one flux is developed. One flux is developed. Okay. Now what happens to this flux, you see? One flux is developed. See where it is? See with the cursor I am showing, when fed from a single phase supply, its stator winding produces a flux which is only alternating, one which alternates along one space axis only. We are having only one winding. Due to this one winding, it is producing an alternating flux, which is alternating along one space axis only. If it is alternating along only one space axis, is it rotating or not? It is not rotating flux. Since it is only along one space axis, that's why it is not the rotating flux. But we want the rotating flux for rotating the rotor. Is it clear what I am saying? Only one winding is there, which is alternating along one space axis only. If there is two axes, then rotating flux will be created. But here what is happening? We are having only one flux, which is alternating, but it is not creating the rotating flux. If you want the rotating flux, we have to take one more flux. Since there is relative flux in between these two, then alternating or rotating flux will be developed. Now what is happening is we are having only one axis, which due to this one axis only, there is no rotation in the flux. If there is no rotation in the flux, there is no rotation in the rotor. Is it okay? That is why single phase motor is not self-starting. So we have to make the rotor to rotate. How we will make the rotor to rotate? So it is not synchronously revolving flux as in case of 2 or 3 phase stator winding fed from a 2 or 3 phase supply. If it is the 3 windings are there, then a relative motion will be created in between the 2 fluxes. Then automatically rotation will be created. Now while alternating or pulsating flux acts as a stationary squirrel cage rotor, which cannot produce rotation, only a revolving flux. That is why single phase motor is not self-starting. Why our ceiling fan is not rotate self-starting means this is the reason. What is the reason? Can anyone tell? Why it is not self-starting? Can anyone tell? Can anyone tell the reason? Here it is there in this para. You can read also, no problem. Why it is not rotating, self-starting? Our ceiling fan, single phase induction motor. Why it is not self-starting? Read this para from here. When fed from a single phase supply up to here, and you can take 2 minutes time and you can tell why it is not self-starting. In exam, they will ask for 2 marks. Sometimes they'll ask for 5 marks also. Why it is not self-starting? Why single phase motor is not self-starting? Can anyone tell? In 3-phase induction motor, how many phases are there? 3 phase. 3 phases are there, 3 windings are there. 3 fluxes will be developed, so that there is relative motion between the fluxes and torque will be developed. But here is there how many fluxes are there in single phase? Only one space axis. So there is no relative motion in between the fluxes. Only one flux is there. Around the current carrying winding, only one flux is there. That's why it is not rotating. That's why synchronously revolving flux is not there. It is not synchronously revolving flux because only one flux is there. Due to this, there is no starting torque. When torque is developed, when relative motion is there in between 2 fluxes. But here, since we are having only one flux, there is no revolving flux. There is no rotating flux. Due to this, this is the reason why single phase motor is not self-starting. So if you want to make the starting, what we are doing is we are adding one more winding in parallel with the main winding. This is the reason why we are adding one starting winding. Why you are adding starting winding? To create the torque in the rotor. Initially, rotor is stationary. Since current is flowing in the main winding, we are having only one flux. This flux is not able to rotate this rotor because there is no rotating flux. Once rotating flux is created, then only rotor will rotate. So to create the rotating flux here in the main winding, we are adding one starting winding. Why means to start, to move to rotate the rotor, to create the torque in the rotor. For creating the torque in the rotor, we are using one starting winding, not stator, starting winding. This is called starting winding. Now close this switch. One resistance is connected in series with the starting winding. Why means heavy current should not flow through the starting winding because the starting winding is very thin. Starting winding is very thin. If heavy current flows through the starting winding, it will burn out. So one very high resistance is connected in series with the winding. Now close this switch. When you close this switch, this current initially, if there is no starting winding, only current is flowing in main winding. I is equal to Im. Now when you are connecting one winding in parallel with this current I will divide in these two. This is the node point. At node current will divide as Im and Is. If you close this switch as Im and Is. Okay. Now here around this current, around this winding also one more flux is developed. Now how many fluxes are there?
2.
2 fluxes. So these 2 fluxes, there is relative motion in between these two, and it will create one torque in the rotor. And these 2 fluxes, now they are having the relative motion and rotating flux is developed now. Due to this rotating flux, now rotor will start rotating. Now rotor will start rotating. Once rotor reaches to 70% of rated speed, what will happen? Is there necessity of starting winding?
No.
No. Then automatically the switch will be open. Automatically the switch is, once the rotor reaches to 70% of rated speed, automatically the switch is open. Once the switch is open, there is no starting winding. Now, how many windings are there in the circuit?
1.
Only one winding. So, with the help of main winding only, the rotor is rotating. So, why the starting winding is used means to create the initial torque. To create the initial torque. That is the only reason. See here, once the speed of the motor reaches to 70 to 80% of its full speed, there is no necessity of the starting winding. Then automatically the switch is open. Now only one winding is there in your circuit. With the help of this only one winding, the rotor will rotate. Already rotor is in rotation. Okay, that's why in summer also sometimes, to create the torque in your fan, with the help of your hand we are touching the blades of the fan to create the torque. Okay. Okay. This is the reason. Now, see here, making single phase induction motor self-starting. How to make single, I have already explained how to make single phase induction motor self-starting with the help of starting winding. See, whatever I have explained, they have given here. See, a single phase induction motor is not self-starting. To overcome this drawback and make the motor self-starting, it is temporarily converted into two-phase motor. Two-phase motor during starting period only. Read this line carefully. Only temporarily converted into two-phase motor. Once it reaches to rated speed, we'll remove the two-phase. Two-phase means one starting winding will be removed. Read this line carefully. To overcome this drawback and make the motor self-starting, it is temporarily converted into two-phase motor during starting period. For this purpose, stator of single-phase motor is provided with an extra winding known as starting winding or auxiliary winding. I have already told yesterday, auxiliary meaning is temporary. This is the starting winding. For temporarily, we are connecting one starting winding in addition to the main winding or running winding. Main winding or running winding. This is our main winding. See in the diagram, this is the rotor. On the rotor, actually, there is only main winding. There should be only one winding, that is main winding. Then temporarily, they are adding one more winding here. What is that winding? Starting winding. See, this is the stator, outer part. Outer part is the stator. Inner part is the rotor. Inner part is the rotor. We are having actually one winding. See this dotted, this line. This is the main winding. But temporarily they are adding one more winding. That is called starting winding. These blue color lines, dots, are the starting winding. Is it clear diagram? Okay. In two windings are placed 90 degrees electrically apart and are connected in parallel across single phase. Two windings are placed 90 degrees electrically apart and are connected in parallel across the single phase supply. See here in this diagram, these two windings are connected in parallel. In parallel, current will divide. I is equal to Im plus Is. So in addition to the main winding, they are connecting one starting winding initially, starting purpose only. Okay, any doubt in this para? Go through this para, first para. If you are having doubt in this first para, you can ask me. Actually, some people are joining late to the class. Late to the class. They can't understand what I'm saying. If you miss the first 5 to 10 minutes class, you can't understand what I'm saying. So first 10 minutes is very important. Any doubt in the first para? I will tell what is this 90 degrees electrically apart later. Apart from this, any doubt in the first para? Okay. See here, what is this 90 degrees electrically apart? Write down one equation, what I am telling. Hmm. Write down this, what I am writing. Write down tau. The symbol is not clearly, I am not able to write. Write down tau. Tau is equal to Im I suffix m. Im is I suffix s. Write down tau is equal to Im I suffix m. Im, what do you mean by Im? What is
Current
Im?
winding.
Current in the main winding. What is Is? Current in the
Single phase.
starting winding. Okay. Current in the starting winding. Im Is sin alpha. Write down sin alpha. Have written tau is equal to Im Is sin alpha. Now write down alpha is the angle in between Im and Is. In between Im and Is, the angle is alpha. Is it okay? Write down alpha is the angle in between Im and Is. Alpha is the angle in between Im and Is. Suppose if alpha is 90, sin is maximum or minimum?
Maximum.
Maximum.
Sin alpha lies in between 0 and 90. Let us assume. If alpha is 0, torque is 0. If alpha is 90, sin 90 is 1. Torque is maximum or minimum?
Maximum.
Maximum.
If alpha is 0, torque is minimum. If alpha is 90, torque will be maximum. If torque is maximum, then there will be rotation in the rotor. Rotor will rotate. Okay, torque is created in the rotor. So alpha should be approximately equal to 90. Exactly, it is not 90. We can't get 90 degrees, but you can make it approximately 90. That is 80 or 85, 86, like this. Angle in between Im and Is. We can create angle in between Im and Is approximately equal to 90, but not equal to 90. We can't get 90 degrees exactly. Okay, that is. Now for increasing the torque, alpha should be 90 degrees electrically apart. This is the meaning. The two windings are spaced 90 degrees electrically apart. Okay. It is so arranged that the phase difference between the current in the two stator windings they are saying. Main winding is also stator winding, starting winding is also stator winding. But starting winding is only for some time. One until rotor reaches to 70% of the rated speed. Only for some time starting winding is used. Ideal value is 90 degrees. Hence, this is ideal value, not the practical value. Practical value will be around some 80, in between 80 and 90. Hence, the motor behaves like a two-phase motor. These two currents produce a revolving flux, rotating flux, and make the motor self-starting. These two currents, Im and Is, these two currents produce a rotating flux. Around the main winding, one flux is developed. Around the starting winding, also one flux is developed. When the angle in between these two fluxes is 90 degrees electrically apart, then torque will be created. This torque will make the rotor to rotate. These two currents produce a revolving flux and make the motor self-starting. In this way, we are making the rotor to rotate. If you are having any doubt in the first two paras, you can ask me. How to make the motor self-starting? Initially, it is not self-starting. We are making self-starting by adding one starting winding, extra winding in parallel with the main winding. If you see this diagram, you can easily understand. Now see here in split phase machine. First, I am discussing. There are two types. I will discuss now. See induction motor, split phase and capacitor type. First, I am discussing split phase induction motor. Then I will discuss the capacitor induction motor, capacitor start, split phase and capacitor start induction motor. Two types I will discuss here. First, I am discussing split phase. Then I will go for the capacitor type. Whatever I am discussing now, it is split phase. See first one. In split phase machine, main winding has low resistance but high reactance. Write down in your notes. Main winding has low resistance, high reactance. See, this is the main winding. If it is having low resistance, what will happen? If it is having low resistance, what will happen to the, how much current will flow? More current will flow or less current?
More.
More current. Okay. IM is very high. Now see starting winding. Starting winding has high resistance, low reactance. If it is having high resistance, what is the current flowing in this? High resistance. Less current will flow, minimum current. I need the current only for creating the torque here. That's why we are using high resistance. Reactance is less. High resistance and low reactance. Here, low resistance and high reactance. See, exactly opposite. Main winding has low resistance, high reactance. If it is high reactance, what is the power factor is lagging or leading? If it is high reactance. Reactance equal to power factor lagging or leading. Okay. Let us see, this is the supply voltage V. On x-axis, I am taking the supply voltage V. Supply voltage V I am taking. If reactance is high, the angle in between V and IM is very high because power factor will be lagging. If reactance is high, if heavy inductance is used, power factor will be lagging. So in between V and IM, so IM is lagging to the voltage by more angle. In inductance, current lags the voltage. I have told you or not in second unit. In inductance, current will lag the voltage, but in capacitance, current will lead or lag. Two points you remember. Write down note. In inductance, current lags the voltage. Write down. In inductance, current lags the voltage. Write down the next point. In capacitance, current is leading or lagging.
Leading.
Current will lead the voltage. Write down that. If you understand this point, nothing is there in the phasor diagram. In heavy inductance, current lags the voltage, but in capacitance, current leads the voltage. Now see, this main winding is having heavy reactance, high reactance. If it is high reactance, this current is lagging the voltage by more angle from here to here. Draw this IM. First take V at an angle 0. This current, let us take some 80 degrees. Current is lagging this voltage because high reactance is there. Now starting winding is also a reactance, but how much reactance is there? High or low? Starting winding. High reactance or low reactance? Low reactance. If it is low reactance, IS is lagging the voltage by only some angle, very small angle. Angle in between V and IS is very small angle, but IM is very high angle because IM is having more reactance. This main winding is having more reactance. If inductance is more, this current is lagging this voltage by more angle. But IM starting winding is having less reactance. If it is having less reactance, this IS is not lagging the voltage by more angle. Only with some less angle it is lagging. But both are reactance only. That's why both the currents are lagging. There is no capacitance here. Both the windings are both are windings only. Inductance is there. That's why both the currents are lagging the voltage. But IM is lagging the voltage by more angle. IS is lagging the voltage by less angle. Because IM is having more reactance, IS is having low reactance. Okay. Now see here. Now what is the angle in between IM and IS?
Five.
What is the angle? Alpha. Okay, alpha is the angle. Now see here, IS and IM, the angle is alpha. Angle in between IS and IM is alpha. Your torque is equal to IM multiplied by IS sin alpha. Alpha is the angle in between IM and IS. Okay. Now construct the parallelogram for IM and IS. Construct the parallelogram for IM and IS. See here, I am drawing the diagram on the screen. First take V. This is V. Okay. Now take IM. This is your IM. Have you taken? First take V. First draw V. Then IM. Have you drawn IM? Have you taken this line IM? IM is lagging the voltage by some angle. Next draw IS. Have you drawn IS? Is it okay? IM and IS. Any doubt in IM and IS? Why you had drawn like this? Since main winding is having high reactance, it is lagging the voltage by more angle from here. But IS is having low reactance. Since IS is having low reactance, it is lagging by only very little angle. Now construct the parallelogram. Take the parallel line for IM from IS. These two lines are parallel lines. For IM, take the parallel line from IS. For IS, where you will take parallel line? From where you will take the parallel line for IS? From? See, these two are parallel lines. This line, this line. For IM, I have taken the parallel line from IS. For this line, where you will take parallel line? From where you will take? From IM. From IM, take the parallel line. These two lines will intersect at one particular point, this point. This is the intersecting point. Take the diagonal in the parallelogram. Sorry. Take the diagonal in the parallelogram. What is this diagonal? In parallelogram, this is the parallelogram. For IM and IS, we have constructed the parallelogram. Diagonal. I have taken this diagonal. This diagonal is I. This current I is dividing as IM and IS. I is equal to IM plus IS. I is the resultant of IM and IS. Therefore, I is the current. When you give single phase supply voltage, current I is flowing here. This I is dividing as IM and IS. Therefore, diagonal is your I, total current I. Is it okay? Any doubt in the phasor diagram? Any doubt you can ask me. Once again, I will draw. See, take the supply voltage V. When you give supply voltage, current I is flowing. I am taking the supply voltage V. Okay. Now I am drawing the currents IM and IS. First I am drawing IM. IM is having high reactance, therefore current IM is lagging to the voltage by more angle. This is IM. Okay, this is IM. And IS. IS is having low reactance. If reactance is less, it is lagging the voltage by less angle. This is IS. Now the angle in between IM and IS is alpha. Angle in between IM and IS is alpha. This is IM, this is IS. Now construct the parallelogram in between IM and IS. Construct the parallelogram in between IM and IS. For IM, from where you will take the parallel line? For IM, where you will take the parallel line? 1 minute, one call is coming. Is it clear diagram? Is this clear? Phasor diagram. Now the resultant of IM and IS is I. Now what is the angle in between V and I? Anyone? Angle in between V and I? Angle in between V and I. Voltage and current. Main is current. Angle in between V and I is phi. Power factor angle phi. See, angle in between voltage and total current. Angle in between total voltage and total current is phi. Phi is the angle, power factor angle. Phi is called power factor angle. This alpha is used for creating the torque. I have written the torque equation here. This one. Alpha is the angle in between IM and IS. But phi is the angle in between total voltage and total current, in between V and I. Phi is the angle in between total voltage and total current. So all these things are not that much important. Important thing is how to create the torque in between, how to create the torque in the rotor. Okay. So in split phase, now I am saying the first one. In split phase machine, main winding has low resistance but high reactance, whereas the starting winding has high resistance, low reactance. The resistance of starting winding may be increased by connecting a high resistance R. See, one resistance, high resistance is connected in series with the starting winding. What is the purpose of this high resistance? What is the purpose?
To reduce current.
To minimize the current. Suppose if heavy current flows through this winding will burn out. Why means it is having low reactance. Very thin coil is there. But this is the thick coil. Thick coil is having high reactance. But this is the low reactance coil, means thin coil. If high current flows, this will be melted. That's why to protect the starting winding, they are connecting one resistance in series with the starting winding. See this line, what I am saying. The resistance of the starting winding may be increased either by connecting a high resistance in series with it or by choosing a high resistance fine copper wire for winding purpose. The current IS drawn by starting winding has lags behind the supply voltage by a small angle. See, IS is lagging the voltage by small angle, but IM lags behind voltage by large angle. This IM is lagging the voltage by large angle because this main winding is having high reactance. That's why heavy coil, thick coil. This is the thin coil. Thick coil is having high reactance, high inductance. Since it is having high inductance, IM is lagging voltage by more angle. But this is thin coil. That's why IS is lagging the voltage by small angle. Now the angle in between IM and IS is alpha. See, this is important. Phase angle IS and IM is made as large as possible because the starting torque of split phase motor is proportional to sine alpha. Torque is proportional to sine alpha. If alpha is more, that means that the angle in between and IS and IM ideal value is 90 degrees. If it is approximately 90 degrees, if alpha, then more torque is created. But it is not 90 degrees, IS and IM. Angle in between IS and IM is generally not 90 degrees. Okay. We have to make it approximately 90, but we can't make 90 degrees exact ideal value. A centrifugal switch S is connected in series with the starting winding and is located inside the motor. Its function is automatically disconnect the starting winding. What is the purpose of centrifugal switch? It will automatically disconnect the starting winding. When it will disconnect the starting winding? Anyone? When this switch is open? When this switch is open, this starting winding is disconnected. When it will be open? When this switch is open?
When rotor is rotating.
When rotor reaches to 70 to 80%. When rotor is rotating, that is correct. But at what speed? When it reaches to 70 to 80% of full load speed, then automatically the switch is open and the starting. There is no necessity of starting winding now. Now our rotor is running with only one winding. That is our main winding. Okay. In case of split phase motor, this is not necessary. Up to here you write. In split phase machines, two windings, IS and IM, both are lagging because both are windings. It is having more reactance, it is having less reactance. Since it is having more reactance, IM is lagging voltage by more angle. Since it is having less reactance, IS is lagging voltage by, but angle in between IM and IS is alpha. This alpha should be approximately equal to 90, but generally it is not 90 in between IM and IS. In between IM and IS, generally it is not 90 degrees. If you are able to make 90 degrees, that is well and good, but you are not able to make. So that is split phase motor. Any doubt in the split phase motor? How to make the motor rotor self-starting? With the help of starting winding. Now see next one, capacitor start. Now second type is capacitor start induction run motor. See, both are same. Here also main winding is there, starting winding is there. But here what you are using extra in this diagram in capacitor start? Anyone? What is the difference between previous circuit and this circuit? ఇక్కడ ఏముంది కెపాసిటర్ ఉందా, బట్ ప్రీవియస్ సర్క్యూట్ లో ఏముంది స్ప్లిట్ ఫేజ్ లో కెపాసిటర్ లేదు, రెసిస్టెన్స్ ఇస్ దేర్, బట్ హియర్ one capacitance. What is the purpose of in capacitance? Current leads the voltage or lags the voltage? కెపాసిటర్ లో ఏమవుతుంది? Current is leading the voltage or lagging the voltage? In capacitor, current leads the voltage. Now see IS, previously this IS is lagging the voltage. In the previous case, you see, this IS is lagging the voltage because there is no capacitance in series with this starting winding. But here, current is leading the voltage. See, this current is leading this voltage. In the previous case, this IS is lagging the voltage. But since we are adding the capacitance, this IS is leading the voltage. In capacitance, current leads the voltage. Okay. Now angle in between IS and IM. This is your IM. This is your IS. Angle in between IS and IM. What is the angle in between IS and IM? IS and IM. What is the angle? What is the angle in between IS and IM? What is the angle in between IM and IS?
Alpha.
Alpha. Okay. Alpha is the angle in between IM and IS. In the previous case, in split phase, let us see. Angle in between IS and IM is 75 degrees. Let us assume. If alpha is increased, automatically torque will be increased. That's why you are adding capacitor. In your ceiling fan also we'll add one capacitor. Why? To increase the torque in the rotor. See IS and IM, now the angle is 80 degrees. Previously it is 75 degrees. Now angle in between IM and IS, alpha, it is 80 degrees. Okay. The resultant of IS and IM, construct the parallelogram for IS and IM, I. Angle in between V and I is phi. So construct the parallelogram. For IM, take the parallel line from IS. These two will intersect at one particular point. Signal is your I. So for this IM, take parallel line from IS. This dotted line and this line are parallel. And IS line, this line and this line are parallel. These two lines will intersect at one particular point. Take the diagonal. The diagonal is your I. Now see the angle in between IS and IM is increased now due to adding of capacitor. That's why you'll use capacitor in your ceiling fan. Capacitor add చేస్తున్నారా లేదా మీ ఫ్యాన్స్ లో? Do you know or not? Capacitor add చేస్తే why you are adding capacitor means in ceiling fan for creating the torque, for rotating the rotor, because your ceiling fan is not self-starting. So to make it self-starting, sometimes we are adding the capacitor. Without capacitor, you are not having the ceiling fan. Capacitor is compulsory because for starting torque. To make it is self-starting. So with this, we have completed our single-phase induction motor. So today, what I have discussed, single-phase induction motor. In your syllabus, you are having split phase and capacitor. In exam, if they ask, first you have to write split phase only. If they specifically ask capacitor type, you have to write the capacitor. Otherwise, you have to write only split phase. So up to this, you have to write down what you have to write in exam. In topic number 36.2, write up to this first para. In topic number 36.2, single phase induction motor, you have to write the first para. Okay? That is why single phase motor is not self-starting. Up to here you have to write. Note down what you have to write in exam. This para you have to write. And that too, there is no need to write the full para. Write in your own words what you have understood here. There is no need to write all the lines. Within two or three lines, you have to simplify and you have to write. 36.2. Have you noted? Next, you have to write 36.4. Topic number 36.4. Making single phase induction motor self-starting. Write up to this. Sorry, not up to this. You have to write up to this. 70 to 80% of full load speed. There is no need to write all the points. Make it simplified notes. 4 points you note down. Within 4 lines you simplify this. Otherwise, instead of writing entire thing, you draw this diagram, draw the phasor diagram, write only 2 points. That I am telling. Main winding has low resistance, high reactance. Starting winding has high reactance, high resistance, low reactance. And draw the phasor diagram and explain the operation. Since due to main winding only, there is no starting torque. To create the starting torque, we are using one starting winding. For initial purpose only, for temporary purpose. Once the speed of the rotor reaches to 70 to 80% of rated speed, automatically centrifugal switch will be opened and stator winding is disconnected. Now the rotor is running with only one winding. In this way, starting torque is created in the rotor. Within 2-3 lines only you have to write. Why I am telling to read all things means because for your understanding purpose. Once if you understand what is there in this, within 4 to 5 lines we can explain this. These 2 diagrams we have to draw and this diagram also has to. Figure 36.4, figure 36.5. Figure 36.5. In exam, if they are not saying anything, we have to write split phase machine only. If in exam they are asking specifically capacitor start also, we have to explain this capacitor also. Why capacitor is used? Because to make the angle, to make alpha more, we are using the capacitor. If alpha is more, torque will be more. That's why you'll add capacitor in your ceiling fan. Is that clear what I had told?
Yes,
Any
sir.
doubt? I will share this recording. Once again, you listen. Okay. So with this, we have completed our single phase induction motor. One second.
Sir,
Tell me.
so for creating torque starting
Hmm.
one connector of the Y capacitor, sir.
Not getting what you are saying. For starting single phase induction motor,
Starting one connector, no, sir.
in between IS and I, in between 70 to 80. Alpha is 70 to 80. We can't increase beyond this. But what I have told, it should be approximately equal to 90. So to increase the torque still, if you connect the capacitor, angle in between IS and IM, it will be more than 90. Capacitor is having better efficiency. Okay, if you add the capacitor, the angle alpha will be increased approximately equal to 90, in between 80 to 90. So which one is efficient? Capacitor start or split phase?
Capacitor.
Capacitor. That is the reason. See, in your house also, they are not using split phase. They are connecting one capacitor. Have you seen the capacitor in your house, in your ceiling fan? Okay. If you are not seen, you can see that capacitor is connected inside the ceiling fan. మీరు ఓపెన్ చేస్తే మీ సీలింగ్ ఫ్యాన్ ఓపెన్ చేసి చూడండి, లోపల ఒక చిన్న బాక్స్ టైప్ ఉంటుంది, స్మాల్ బాక్స్ టైప్. దట్ ఈస్ ద కెపాసిటర్. వై యూ ఆర్ యూజింగ్ కెపాసిటర్ మీన్స్ టు మేక్ సెల్ఫ్ స్టార్టింగ్. The torque will be more if you connect the capacitor. That is the reason. See here, in the previous diagram, both the currents are lagging only, IS and IM. If you use split phase, sometimes in summer, due to heavy inductance, they are not moving. With the help of hand, you have to rotate. But if you use the capacitor, with the help of hand, there is no need to rotate the blades of this fan. Automatically, it will stop. So more, if you use more capacitance, the angle will be approximately equal to 90 degree. It is not 90, but it is approximately equal to 90. In this case, both the currents are not lagging. One current is leading. Which current is leading? Capacitor. Wherever capacitor is connected to the winding, that current is leading, you see. IS is leading the voltage. So more angle is created in between IS and IM. Approximately 90 in between IS and IM. Okay, that is the reason why you are using capacitor, the second circuit. Is it clear? Okay, I will share this recording to you. Once again, you can listen. If you are having doubt, I'm stopping the recording 1 minute.